These are the schools that have been turned into camps where children are indoctrinated and trained to fight in a war they never asked for. Yes, these are the classrooms where young students once learned about math, science, and history. But now, under Houthi control, they are taught about different types of lessons, including combat training, racist ideology, and sectarian indoctrination. The Houthis have systematically targeted educational institutions in areas under their control, converting them into recruitment and training centers for child soldiers, as well as the appointment of Yahya al-Houthi, the older brother of the group leader Abdul Malik al-Houthi, as the Minister of Education. Also, Qasim Humran, the commander of the so-called support brigades of the Houthis army, simultaneously serves as Deputy Minister of Education. This move aims to reshape the minds of young Yemenis, instilling an ideology filled with sectarian teachings through controlled education system. Yahya al-Houthi has initiated a policy that involves expelling school principals and qualified teachers who are not loyal to the group, and replacing them with loyalists and members of Hashemite families who actually believe that they have a divine right to govern. Their efforts to attract and recruit children are facilitated by a network of supervisors and mobilizers funded with significant resources. The education curriculum has been deliberately modified, pushing children into joining the military forces. Houthi propaganda and their media glorify the slain child soldiers during their funerals, driving their peers to join out of sympathy and a desire for revenge.
Allahu Akbar! الموت لأمريكا، الموت لإسرائيل، اللعنة لليهود، الناس الإسلام.
Summer camps have been converted into brainwashing centers where children are taught to handle weapons and plant mines and then dispatched to fight in exchange for basic incentives such as food rations from aid agencies. This exploitation of humanitarian aid coerced families into sending their children to these camps despite international condemnation and agreements with the United Nations, including UNICEF, aimed at halting the recruitment and use of children. The Houthis persist in their practices. Reports from human rights organizations, including Mayoun Organization for Human Rights, reveal that over 7,000 children recruited by the Houthis have died in the fighting. Some of these children were as young as 9 years old. Additionally, the Houthis exploit and leverage external conflicts to advance their fanatical agenda. They've capitalized on Israel-Gaza conflict as a means to mobilize more children, presenting their actions as a support to the Palestinian cause and positioning themselves against the US and Israel, which has significantly increased recruitment, with reports indicating tens of thousands of new fighters have been misled into believing they are fighting to liberate Palestine, but ultimately being sent to fight Yemenis within their own country instead. This systematic corruption of young minds not only perpetuates the cycle of conflict within Yemen, but also poses a serious threat to regional peace and global security.